Hey, good day, how are you, and such. So there's really only two choices at hand. There's the option to be a so-called asset or a liability, and so in the nature of things, as it goes, if you do nothing, you are a liability by default. It is sort of weird, I suppose. So therefore that leaves the idea of trying to be an asset, and how do you do that? It's not always the most obvious thing necessarily, but the way I suppose to try to be an asset, to change asset energy into asset energy from not asset energy, is a matter of understanding the acknowledgement of what an asset is to begin with and what asset energy is to begin with. And I suppose that's the nature of spiritual finance as a whole, understanding and acknowledging the nature of what that energy entails, since there's really only two choices ultimately. There's being an asset or being a liability, and by default, if you're not an asset, it's just a liability that's remaining of the two choices. So in this little concept and thread, it's a matter of acknowledging spiritual finance to begin with, and what entails asset energy entails trying to give to the world a little bit at a time. Little bit at a time. Philanthropy energy is sort of the base of asset energy as a whole. Philanthropy energy as a whole. Philanthropy energy as a whole is sort of the base for asset energy, meaning if you are sort of focused on trying to give to the greater world in a greater sense to many people that exist at all given times, that is how to sustain that asset energy, and therefore being the most productive and trying to entail energy that's the most yielding of assets in terms of monetary reward, and also greater good for the greater world and greaterness that entails a greater fulfillment sense of things as time passes on, and energy has a choice of going in two directions, and therefore it's sustainable. After all, in the hope that asset energy is the choice, after all, as opposed to letting things go in a mental sense and just defaulting to liability energy by acknowledging that asset energy is a thing and exists to begin with in the instance of spiritual finance mentality, with the backdrop and a focus on philanthropy energy in the background of the mentality. Alright, thanks again. Dinky Tech and peace. Bye. Bye-bye.